I'm truly honored to receive this book, wonderful book, and I believe this book has been launched today during the book fair, 47 book fair. I read it. It's a very, very sensitive book of poems, absolutely sensitive. And the author, Mitali herself, she's an editor of a brilliant magazine, brilliant digital magazine. I would say it's not only on literature, but literature and beyond. And it deals with so many things which is very relevant in today's world. And where, we are living in a world of greed, violence and whatnot. An inhuman world where I think, borderless shows humanity and, love and compassion of our race. Let's hope for the best because, we're living in a very, very difficult time. And Mitali is a hope.
Thank you.
Discuss and listen to our author Mitali Chakravarti. A few weeks back at the Kolkata Book Fair, we launched our debut collection of poems. It's called Flight of the Angsana Oriole. And today we have amongst us Professor Meenakshi Malhotra, who would discuss the book in brief and followed by reading by the poet. So may I request Professor Malhotra to discuss the book, how much you liked it, and a few major features of this work.
Yeah, very, very briefly, informally, I would say that the book, The Flight of the Angsana Oriole, really touched me with its not only its lyrical intensity, but also the fact that it covered many shades of mourning, and from the initial sense of loss, whether of a parent, whether of the power of nature to heal us, it took you through a whole cycle, a whole trajectory of healing and self-realization. And in that sense, I would say the poems are truly impressive in their range, in their depth, in their apparent simplicity, which, there are layers of emotion that go into the making of the poems. From the initial poems which seem like, romantic poetry, very lyrical, getting inspired by nature, it moves on to the deeply personal. And the fact that it welds the local, the global, the universal, and captures all the myriad shades of grief, loss, lamentation, healing, and the feeling of resilience. That something we need today is not just to capture the way things are, but also hold out some kind of hope for how things can be better. And in that sense, the poems have really, there is a whole arc that they trace between the sense of loss and the sense of the re-establishment or the regaining of the sense of self. So they're deeply personal. There are a lot of undertones and tonalities that I found similar to Yeats. And these poems are actually very, very, it's simplicity which cloaks a great deal of complexity in it. I would like to invite Mitali to read, the introductory poem, because that sets the premise, it gives you a preamble to the collection page.
Yeah, there was a time when Angsanas bloomed on trees and orioles magicked out of the unseen leaves. Those were days when laughter filled my life, the innocence of childhood surprised, the river glittered with fun. The water flows turbid and waited now under cloud-swept skies. The Angsanas no longer fill the trees with golden But the Orioles still fly, linking my life to those dreams of the past, to dreams that changed with the passing of time.
So Orioles are golden birds and the Angsana is a golden
You
bloom.
have it on the cover, one strand, but they cover the whole tree. And actually, where I write outside, we have a river, and there are Angsana trees, and we have golden orioles flying out of them. So it's yellow blooms and yellow birds with streaks of blue, and yellow butterflies too. So it's really a fantastic sight. And I can see the sky, the river, and this, and it helps me meditate and write. Because writing is essentially an act of meditation.
I think the first poem which talks about the complete, the exotic Angsana flower. I never heard of it before this, and then how it sort of expands its view to embrace the whole of nature.
I see Angsana blooms take flight, golden orioles fluttering against the sky. The sun glitters on the bejeweled river, a white speedboat rests by, wings flit amidst blooms like butterflies. Angsana orioles fly. I do not know who sings, the birds, the blooms, or the skies.
Hi, my name is Mitali Chakravarti and this is my book, Flight of the Angsana Oriole. It is a book of poems, and if you are wondering what Angsana Oriole means, here's what it means. Angsanas are flowers that bloom on tall trees. They are a common sight in Singapore where I stay. Golden orioles are almost the same yellow as Angsanas. The orioles flying out of the Angsanas are a magical sight, almost like a flower that takes flight. I watch the birds, the flowers from my window. I can see the sky stretch out with small clouds. I feel the sky connects me with all of you, even though I'm on this small green island. So from the book is dedicated to my parents and comprises poems of mourning for them. You see, what happened was I had a number of crises in my life 5.5 years ago, cancer, death of parents, and my reaction was I started the Borderless Journal and I started writing copiously. So the poems refer back to those times and how I grew into resilience, getting over my grief and mourning. So here is a poem where I'm trying to get over my grief. Till death do us part. This too shall pass. These teardrops, this heartbreak, this too shall pass. This nagging sorrow over love that lasts, over pain that never ends, over words that hurt, over teardrops that form but never stop to flow, backwards into the inside of my heart. Forgetting is so hard. This too shall pass. The pain inside smarts. The bird in the cage woven by love sings but a sad song. Where has the freedom gone? How is it still hurts and the heart strains? This too shall pass. These teardrops, this heartbreak, this too shall pass. All this I will contain and hold till my life ends, a broken vessel containing my heartache. To get over this heartache, I drew inspiration from nature around me, from friends, from all the love I got from people. So, and nature, while I looked out of my window and watched the birds fly, was a major thing that helped comfort me. I am the grass that, despite being trodden on, springs back to life. I am the river that flows, gathering stories of yore. Sometimes footfalls press down on my leaves, the imprints sing to me of their lives. I hear murmurs of human lore as a pebble that rustles with others on the shore. The swift swish of the breeze as it whispers sweet nothings to the trees. I hear them all, and onward I rush as the wind. I am the sun's ray that awakens the chirping of words. I am the bird that sings, the flowers that bloom, the clouds that float. I am the tornado that rips, the child that weeps as he stands over the wrecked home. The child, me, the grass grow resilient and strong. I sprout with ease and sing this song. I am the migrant waiting in a queue, the climate refugee, a Rohingya with no home, a gypsy, a butterfly, a wisp of smoke, a drop in the ocean. I am a part of the history, a part of the mystery that made my life flow. I am a universe, a dot, a speck of dust, a glow, a human. I am because you are and the universe is. So you see, nature and human beings taught me resilience. Just looking around the world helped me become resilient. And as you can see, there are traits of Nazrul's influence, there are states of Walt Whitman's influence, and of a lot of other writers. In fact, I learned to write poetry by translating Tagore. So I have been writing from the age of 8, but of late, after my journey of cancer, I started translating Tagore, and I found that was very, very peaceful. So like this, I would suggest you get the book and see the other poems.